So I've done 5 years of medical school, and this year I'm taking the year out, currently training Muay Thai in Thailand. And in this video, I'm just going to share with you how I managed to save up enough money while in medical school to take a year out and travel a little bit. Now, firstly, I'm not gonna try to tell you how to become very, very rich or make millions of dollars. I'm just gonna share with you how I managed to save up a few $1,000s, which allowed me to travel while in a very busy degree like medical school. Firstly, I have to be grateful for my unfair advantages. For example, New Zealand offers interest-free student loans. They also pay for your first year of university. And they also have this thing called a student allowance where you have weekly payments, it's means tested, and you don't have to pay it back. I'm also very grateful for all my relatives for their ang paos, and that really, really helps as well. Now, with those unfair advantages out of the way, let's get started. Firstly, let's talk about the service-based business model, which was what I was practicing for a period of time. From my experience, if you can solve a problem for a business, for example, if you run their ads, do videography for them, run their socials, and they can make a lot of money from that service you provide, a lot of times you can charge these businesses like $1,000 a month. And if you could manage 10 clients a month, boom, you have 10K a month, 120K a year. Now, I'm gonna share 4 tips that really helped me with this business model. A lot of this advice comes from Alex Hormozi, who's kind of the king of the content creation entrepreneurship space. So firstly, I always start off doing things for free, especially when I first start out, because firstly, I'm not very good at whatever service I'm providing. Secondly, I need to get my name out there. And oftentimes I ask for testimonials in exchange for the service I provide. So it's not completely free, it's just that the value I receive is non-monetary. So I always start for free. And then once I get enough referrals from people, like people recommend their friends to me and they ask me how much I charge, then I usually do discounts. So, hey, so since you're friends with this guy, or since we went to the same high school together, I'll give you a 25-50% discount. And I just ask for a testimonial in return. So that's usually what I do at that level, and then eventually full price. Another thing I've noticed is that when you work for people with an abundance of money, they're less picky about the work you do. A lot of the times when you work for people who are just starting out on their journey, they're like, change this specifically to this, change that specifically to that, and they micromanage you, and they really, really care about every precise detail. And it may not necessarily be better, it's just what they want. Whereas when you work for someone with an abundance of money, they're like, okay, $1,000, like do what you want, help me grow it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of freedom that comes with working for someone who has an abundance of money. Also, I like working for people with an abundance of money because it's really nice to have in your network as someone that you can call on. And oftentimes, from my experience, they're very nice and lovely people to work with most of the time. And then I give away free value on my YouTube channel so everyone can benefit. Another thing I've noticed is that if I make a service that is actually good and really helps people significantly, I often get a ton of referrals from friends of friends, and that markets itself through word of mouth. And lastly, I love making content about the work I've been doing. For example, if you scroll down on this YouTube channel, you would see me posting edits and tutorials on how to grow and how to edit videos, because a lot of people watch those videos and then cold reach out to me saying, can you edit these videos for me? So when you create content and people reach out to you as opposed to you cold outreaching to them, oftentimes the sales process becomes a lot easier. A lot of times they just hand you their credit card, like, charge me this amount please, I just want a good editor, get it sorted. And it's a lot more simple and smooth, the selling process, when people know who you are and then they want your services. So that's what I found as well. Now, if you don't have any skills to offer businesses currently, you're in luck, because I made an entire playlist on how to grow a brand. So you could be the creative director of a company, or if you don't want to do that strategy type thing, I've also made another playlist on how you can script and edit videos. So you could be a freelance video editor, which was what I was doing for a period of time. I kind of gave away all my secrets in these 2 industries because I'm no longer pursuing it. I'm just doing it for myself now. So definitely check out those playlists. It's what I wish someone would have told me. And along those lines, I'm just going to share with you the few apps I use So CapCut for video editing, it's amazing, it's free. I really can't believe CapCut exists. It's really amazing. For client work, I still use something like Final Cut Pro for video editing. Thumbnails, I pay for Canva Pro. Sometimes I use Photoshop, which I pay for as well. And that's pretty much all the things I use for content creation. Now, the problem I see with this service-based business model is that one, it's a lot of work. You have to do fulfillment, outreach, sales, marketing, and if you're just a solo person, it's a lot of work on your end. However, you do learn a lot about business from practicing something like that. But to be fair, if you start to outsource some of these tasks, you may have a lot more free time on your hands and you could focus on what you actually enjoy. Also, the other thing I don't like about this business model is that you almost become an employee, but instead of having one boss, if you have 10 clients, say, you're gonna have 10 people telling you what to do and when to do it, until you have enough clients where you can start filtering out clients you don't enjoy working with. So that was why I kind of focused my energy onto content creation for my own personal brand. And I really like making content for my own personal brand because the more things I do in real life, the more things I can talk about, which allows me to make more money, which allows me to fund greater things and then attract more people and then make more money. And it becomes an upward spiral of personal development and helping more and more people. So I really like the content creation business model. And also I don't have to listen to anyone. I have the freedom to create what I want, when I want. There's no schedule that I have to strictly follow. I can just post whenever I want. If I don't want to post for a week or even a couple months, I don't have to do so, but I will just pay the consequence of that. And apart from AdSense, there's a few ways you can make money. Sponsorships, you can do an affiliate link of a product that you already use. You can sell your own product. For example, if you have a PDF guide on how to do something, you can sell that on a platform like Gumroad. Gumroad will just take a 10% haircut of how much you charge and you can take home the rest and then obviously pay your taxes. So there's many ways that you can make money with content creation. Also, another thing I love to do is to just reinvest it in whatever that has made me money. For example, if this content creation thing has made me money, I'll just reinvest it into content creation, whether it be buying books or online courses or buying better camera gear or a new microphone or whatever. That's kind of been my philosophy. Get money, reinvest it into the business. And even this trip to Thailand, I'm kind of reinvesting all that money back into my personal growth and into an environment which is conducive to make content like this. So that will then allow me to make more money and then go and pursue something even greater. So then it becomes an upward spiral of, self-development and helping more and more people. Now, in terms of the business side of what apps I use that help me out, so I use Henry to pay taxes in New Zealand. To collect money overseas, you can use Stripe or PayPal. And as I said before, Gumroad is a great way to sell digital products. And just 3 things I do to save money and time really, really quickly. Number 1, I meal prep, so I cook for 4 hours once a week for the entire week and then put it into little containers, and whenever I need food, I just heat it up. I cut my own hair when I'm not overseas. Sometimes I cut my mate's hair and then I get to trade favors with them. And also I do click and collect for groceries in New Zealand because it's free if you do it with Countdown. I don't see why people go to the supermarket and still shop when you can do click and collect. It's free, you save half an hour. So those are the things I did to help me afford this trip to Thailand and take a year out of medical school. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. See you in the next one.